Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's live Q&A session. I'm just doing it on TikTok as well. So we are going to be doing our usual weekly SEO Q&A sessions with me and Mr. Chris Palmer. I'm just adjusting the camera so people can see you. Obviously, as always, you can put your questions in the live chat. The channel is also sponsored by ODYS, so if you're interested in age domains and done for you affiliate websites, do check them out. You can grab yourself $100 bonus, which is never a bad thing, so do check that out. But yeah, so good to see you guys. I'm actually closing in 70,000 subscribers, only about 1,100 to go. So guys, make sure you do like, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. We've already got questions coming in, but whilst people are joining, Chris,
I just broke 10.
10 what? 1,000?
Yeah. That's long shot from
decent,
70, but
you get decent traction there, man. Good audience and all that stuff, so you can't complain. You're doing well. You've got to. Everyone thinks it's a quick thing, and it's not. I think I hit 50,000 probably in October last year, so it's taken me another 7 months to get that extra part. That extra 20,000. So it's not a quick thing, which is a pain in the ass. But also anyone from TikTok who is watching. We are live on there as well. We are just doing a live digital marketing Q&A session on here, which we do at the same time every week, which is live on my YouTube channel. If you look for Craig Campbell SEO, where we'll be answering questions from the guys in the chat. Also, do check out Chris Palmer's YouTube channel, Chris Palmer SEO. He's always good to check out. He's always got good content on there. But we'll just dive into the questions while they're popping in, Chris. Kazi Farhan. High bounce rate is always bad. Craig and Chris both have videos in CTR manipulation. All right. I think you must have been talking to someone in the live chat before we got here. I can't see the first part. Perpetual Corn. Chris Campbell. Elbow cough. Yeah. Just joining the names together. But hi, Chris and Craig. With the new Google Experience update around the corner, what would you say? What should we be focusing on to improve our websites before the update goes live? So, what's your thoughts on that?
well, I think if you've been practicing and implementing quality SEO and just web work in general, then you should be already ahead of the curve, because we've known about this for quite some time now. So as long as you're implementing and practicing quality work, I think there's nothing to gear up for. You already are geared up.
Yep, I would tend to agree with that. There's nothing out there special that you need to now add to your website to get ahead of this. User experience and all of these kind of things have been around for many years, and you all of these things should be in place. Mobile friendly and all that stuff. So I wouldn't be worrying about anything. If you've got a current website, it's up to date, works in all browsers. You've done some CRO and things like that. You should be fine. But Perpetual Corn's asking, what CTR boosters have you been trying, or would you suggest? Anything other than CTR booster, Chris, that you have tried and seen any results with?
Nothing I've seen. Nothing that I have seen consistent results with as far as tools are concerned. Manual or variations of manual seem to be the way to go, at least for long term. I have seen short term success though, without any doubt.
Yeah. But you need it to have a bit more of a longer term thing. But
yeah,
there is no tool on the market just now off the shelf that you can just buy that does the job. Holly Starks, good to see you, Holly, is talking about Zeno Poster, which you can kind of customize yourself and all that stuff. Not that easy. I've heard great things about Zeno Poster, but it's not something I've done. But in terms of off-the-shelf platforms and stuff, I've not found anything that's great at the moment. Hopefully someone does come out with something, or check out Zeno Poster. I'm not sure. Holly, did you say you were releasing a course on Zeno Poster or something? I can't remember. I just can't remember.
That sounds like a buy. That thing's a little difficult.
Well, that's why I've always kind of steered clear of Zeno Poster. It's just, if it's not easy, I ain't fucking interested. Relatively simple.
And back on that tool train, right? I thought about this to myself when someone asked me not too long ago regarding these tools and click through and is it effective or not. If we have something that successfully is driving clicks and traffic and maybe increasing rank, then this means the same tool would be able to generate clicks, traffic that would be counted for AdSense, right? Or other platforms. And if that was the case, would anybody sell that?
Nah.
Not a chance.
Nah. No, I wouldn't. But maybe someone else would to monetize it. I'm not so sure. But going on to the next question, Dan Jones. Do you use your content writers for guest post content, or do you use spun content AI content? AI content when buying links on average websites? Most of the time, Dan, the person that's selling the guest post will provide the content. If they don't, I would use something like iWriter, HireWriter, something like that. I certainly wouldn't use spun content or AI content as such. Just I've not seen anything that's that great that would 100%, be sure to be indexed. I think even a sloppy guest post from the person selling the guest post is enough to get it indexed, and that's all I care about, is that page getting indexed and my link getting crawled and indexed. Certainly wouldn't use my content writers for that, though. This should be quick, easy, something you outsource the whole lot of that process to. That's just my opinion. But Chris, what about yourself?
No, 1,000,000,000%. That's exactly what I was going to say. Generally, it really depends on the supplier or the provider of the service. They're usually going to create the content. And generally what I found is the better the price, the better the link, the better the content on the site, because they control it, so it's usually done by them. Always.
Yeah. I mean, I would say 9.5 out of 10 links I buy, they're providing the content. Just saves any back and forth. We've had issues in the past getting guest posts, and they've said like it's 500 words of content. You provide them 500, and then all of a sudden it's went up to 750 words and stuff like that. So it's easier just to say, fucking just go and do it. Charge me an extra $10.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it anyway. But everyone's different. We do have a lie just coming up, or a porky pie, or whatever you call it in America. Scotland's coolest guy in the house, from Gary Farmer, which is obviously not the truth, because I'm here. Adam Poland. Hi guys, would you recommend creating a GMB for an e-commerce store?
I have to go back. I've used Jordan Pierce's definition or whatnot, but nothing validates any entity or any property better than a GMB. So you can, I don't know if it's a foundational element for everyone, but it definitely can help for sure.
I just don't see any reason at all why you wouldn't do it as part of just a simple process anyway. Now, there might not be a huge amount of local traffic you can get from that GMB, but there might be. So, if that's going to add another 50 hits a month onto your website, why wouldn't you do it? It's free, and it validates your business, Chris. Also, if people are just looking for your address or anything like that, I think, even if a website is not, I don't even give it a thought. So if I'm inheriting or building a website, or a project, or whatever you want to call it, I still just do the GMB as just a matter of course. It's not something I say, oh, I'm going to get huge traffic from. It's just get the domain name, get the website up, get the GMB done, install your analytics, search console, blah, 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 get your content loaded on, and that's it. It's just part of the overall process. So absolutely no reason not to. How good or how much traffic you get from it is a different story. Either way, I don't see there being any negative reason not, for it to be a waste of time. You'll get something from it, at least the validation, as Chris says.
Yep. And you have an immediate buffer. I mean,
yeah,
definite, instantly.
But obviously, if you're using one of Google's own assets, it's just a trust signal. So as far as I'm concerned, Simon Hogbin, good to see you, mate. You look cold in that image.
Yeah, I was thinking.
We've got a couple of people watching on TikTok here, guys. We're doing a live Q&A session for digital marketing people on YouTube, and just putting it out there on TikTok to see if anyone's interested at all. But we will go down to the next question. Simos, do you guys have a general link building plan you apply to most clients? So what's your answer to this?
The plan is going to be derived from where they are currently at in the process, in my opinion. So it's going to really vary. We're still going to utilize, or at least I will, at least maybe niche edits, guest posting, PBNs, a lot of the times press releases. But the amount, the volume, and where they're going, it is determined based on where they're currently at.
Yeah, I mean, foundational links and everything, you can kind of get the same generic stuff and citations and stuff, but everyone's different. You're going to have to look for different sources and different ways and different levels of competition for that. So
that's it.
Yeah. My job is, as far as I'm concerned, is to beat the competition. And if that takes me one blast of citations to beat the competition, that's all I need to do. Sure. But in anything competitive, it has to be a bit of PR, a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of guest posts, a bit of tier 2, whatever. So yeah, no two clients are the same.
Never.
Connected Watches Official. So I know you asked this the other day, Connected Watches Official. I thought we did answer it, but I'm not sure if we did. How effective can bringing traffic from Pinterest, Twitter, Reddit, etc. be for your SEO?
Yeah, so again, I think I did answer something briefly. I think all of these platforms have a traffic source, and if you can utilize them, excellent. I mean, as far as for how effective it could be, it just depends on how you're utilizing the platforms. I mean, I think they're definitely could be effective, though.
Yeah. Traffic's traffic, and getting clicks and engagement and getting all of that onto your website, no matter where it's from, is not going to harm you. But you got to make sure that they land in the right pages and click on the right stuff and all that to get the highest impact. But that's what you need to control, or funnel, or whatever you want to call it. Put people onto the right pages, etc. Howdy boys, just dug out of 6 inches of snow in Cleveland. Yeah, I was talking to Randy earlier. 6 inches of snow whilst we've got sunshine. It's not particularly warm, but it's like 15 degrees here in Scotland. So it's better than Cleveland anyway. And that's probably something I never really get the chance to say. So there you go, Randy. We've got better weather than you for one day of a year. So there you go. Paul Hogton, good evening, gentlemen. Chris, you're looking well. Craig is nearly dressed. Compliment to you, Chris, and an insult for me. But listen, one day I'm going to do it with the top off.
Nice.
Be prepared. Holly Stark says she does have a course on the store just now, but even if I didn't, she's been using Zenoposter since 2011, and she has 40 licenses. So Zenoposter does amazing stuff, and as Holly says, it's an amazing piece of software if you can get past making the templates. So check out Holly's course, which is on our store, hollystarks.com, I think it is. Just Google Holly Starks. There's not too many Holly Starkses in the world, and check out her course on that. Worth a try. James B. Hi guys, do you power up your guest posts with branded anchors or money anchors?
Money anchors, usually partials.
Yeah, I certainly don't think you need to be that as safe when you're powering stuff up. You want to try and keep it, a bit more targeted, because you're not really, you're powering up a guest post effectively here. So, yeah, you can be a little bit more aggressive, is what I would say. But as Chris says, probably partial anchors and just mix it up a little bit anyway. Just because that's what you should be doing, and would be my advice. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, don't buy and two, like, just be mindful. Don't go to a vendor or whatnot, buy $100 guest post, get you find the link or whatever, and pummel it with, this is someone's site, so be mindful of what you're doing. That's all.
I'm going to ask you a serious question, right? Based on this, are you actually mindful though, or do you just fucking blast it? Be honest.
It depends on the vendor.
Man, what if it's just an average guy you don't know?
I just pummel them. 301 to them.
Cool. Yeah. Curious to know. So, only if you don't know them. Only if you know them, they're not getting pummeled, basically.
Yeah, I'll be a lot more mindful. Like, if I know the network or if it's a vendor that I consistently use, I'll be a lot more mindful because I don't want to burn a relationship. But if it's just a random that sends me, then hey.
Don't reach out to Chris trying to sell links, because your list is going right under the bus. Dan Randall, how to automate the process of finding drops from various sources. Is that
finding
even
drops from various sources? So like that's why all these services are in place. I mean, at least for the actual public, drop catch, catch tiger, these types of services work. But too, like if you get onto a lot of these forums or where it's hidden from plain view but open to the public, you can find a lot of guys offering this type of service that have custom that are able to do this quickly before they even touch Spamzilla and all these types of places, right? So that's what I'd be looking for. Look for somebody that does it.
I've got guys who, so I'm not going to say who it is, but because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, but I've basically got guys who will just look for stuff and they'll just put it in a spreadsheet for me, drop me a message, and I get to review what I want to what I want to potentially grab, and they will make sure they grab it. They've literally, they are drop catchers. So there's people that have that stuff down to a fine art. So rather than automating it, you're as well just paying them to say, fuck this, avoid all the hassle. It's going to cost you a bit more money than catching it yourself, but there's no real way to automate it unless you were going to get your own stuff custom built or whatever. And even at that, how would you be able to automate that process? Because automating what you think is a good domain name, what you think is a good domain name and all those filters and everything are going to change all the time. So I think it would be quite a hard thing to fully automate. But do
your guys just, you submit by niche, right? You give them like a general score referring domains and by niche?
Yeah. So they know the criteria. I've also got it limited by budget in terms of what I'm prepared to pay for a domain name. So they know the budget, they know the niche, and they will continuously look for what's dropping, and then boom, it gets dropped in a spreadsheet. I say yes or no. If it hits those metrics, we then pass it to the person who's going to build a site on it and build some content on it. So yeah, but I can release more information on that as a service in the coming months. But at the moment, I'm not sure how allowed I am to do it, because I know they're rebranding. So, but there is a service out there. If you want to DM me, I can share it with people if you are interested in that type of thing. So I just don't want to say it publicly in case I'm not meant to. I never asked permission, but I've done publicly promoted stuff before, and the guy's like, fuck, dude, we can't cope with that. Like, don't do that. Fucking try and keep it under the radar or whatever. So yeah, send me a message on Facebook or whatever, and I'll happily share that information with you, though. I will try playing with it. Thank you for the info from Perpetual Corn. Chris Goldsmith, there's the dream team. Oh, here, right, cool.
Oh, right here.
Connected Watches Official is duplicating content from other sites to make an article bad for SEP. I'm assuming SERPs. Can we rank this way? So can you just duplicate content and all that kind of stuff and rank that way, just stealing content?
So it's really two parts. So can you? Yes. Should you maybe curate from multiple sources and maybe rephrase to build out a better piece of content? That's probably a more optimal way to do it, because we're search engine optimizing, so curating multiple pieces and creating one piece is probably a better way to go.
Yes, exactly that. And good to see Mark Flanagan here. Always good to see you, mate. Even better late than never is what they say. Mr. Chase Rayner, thank you very much, mate. You are a generous guy. And I think Chase has also said congrats on the 10,000 subscribers, Chris.
Thank you.
Chase is a good guy.
Thanks, Watches.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. That only took me 3 years, but hey.
So we have Anonymous from France. Do you recommend to push guest posts with 15 to 20 blog comments? Do follow, niche relevant and no spam? So would that be something you would do to a guest post, Chris?
I think it depends on the overall authority of the post. Like, I've gotten, if we're looking at like DR, like I've gotten DR 26 guest posts. Like I might not blast that with blog comments, but I might send some edits to it, or something along those lines. I think it depends on the authority of the site that I'm getting the post on. That's the true determination of the amount and what I'm going to send.
Yeah. Also, potentially, you could put blog comments towards your main money website as long as you're not overdoing it. So it doesn't blog comments are not necessarily always powerful enough to power up a guest post. You would want to slam that with something a bit more powerful, in my opinion. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Hey guys, how are you today? I'm good. Chris,
good.
All for you. Chris is good. Chris is always good.
Yeah.
Question for you, Chris. Who is the best looking guy in SEO?
Oh, it's a question for me. Oh, I don't know. The best looking guy. I don't know, man. Yeah, you know what though? I saw this lady. She's got blonde hair. She's an SEO. I forget her name off the top of my head. But if I had to say the creme de la creme of SEO, I really liked her videos a lot. I forget her name off the top of my head. I was really enjoying. I was like, wow, I liked her a lot. I don't know about dudes. I don't know, man. That's a strange question.
Yeah, who looks at dudes in that way? And he has typically said best looking guy. Yeah, I'm not sure I look at guys in that way, but let's just say Chase is a handsome big fucker.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm going to go for Chase if you're going to twist me for an answer. But yeah, there's a lot of handsome buggers. I've actually heard a few supposed straight males in this industry who's saying they thought that Ryan Stewart was quite an attractive man. So
really? Okay.
So yeah, that's SEO friends. That is not from me. But yeah, some SEO friends, I'm not going to name them, but they have said Ryan Stewart's an attractive man, and I've heard that multiple times from multiple people. So there's another one if you want to check that stuff out.
There you go. Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing. If you said actor or something, I'd be like, well, this guy, maybe, I don't know. But SEOs, I've never really thought about that, really. Who's a really handsome SEO? I don't know.
Strange question, but we're all good for that. Guys, also, if you're on TikTok, we are just doing a live Q&A session, digital marketing, where we're answering all these questions from the public, which are in the live chat on YouTube. But yeah, that's what we're doing here. Hopefully giving a bit of value to TikTok as well. But guys, also watching, can you make sure you please do like the video? If you do like it, we want to make sure that those little guys who keep leaving the thumbs down get beaten. So please do like the channel. It really does help. Or like the video even. Chrissy's water bottle is the best, and someone's just said that on TikTok as well. That is a huge fucking bottle. I mean, that's not even a bottle. That is not a bottle. What is that called?
This is a jug.
A jug.
I'd hate to have to slow down for you guys to catch up, you know? Like, I just gotta... Whoa, here we go.
It's like a camel drinking there. But, yeah.
Is this even water? I don't know.
Well, listen, I've had a few guys message me going, man, that guy Chris is insane. Like, what's going on? He's fucking hyperactive and all that. So there could be something else in there, man. I don't know, just some vodka or something like that. It would not, if it came out in time to come that you were literally boozed up on these, it would not surprise me. But
there is a few early videos. I did an SEO audit video early on, and that was after I was a little tuned up that day, and I was like, I'll make a video. Why not?
I
don't really.
If I'm drunk, if I drunk cameras get put out the way, man, I just start doing crazy shit and think it's funny, and it would probably be really bad. So, yeah, not a good idea.
Anything you're on point and you're not, you know.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'd think it was like the coolest, funniest thing, and like, people the next day would be like, man, can't believe you've done this or said this. But yeah, I've got a weird sense of humor. Some people don't get it, but it is what it is. But anyway, back to the questions. All-purpose work. Hey guys, I have a question. That does PBNs still work, and is it safe to use the PBN to a dummy site, then 301 redirecting it?
So a PBN, a blog, a news site, a site is a site, a link is a link, right? So that's that. And then as far as setting up a PBN to a dummy site, if you're buying something that's a PBN, I don't know why I would want to dilute the value of it and send it through a 301. So
you don't want to be doing that. There's no need for that dummy site part to be there at all. And yes, PBNs still work very, very well if done properly. But the people that say they don't work tend to be those people who don't do it properly. That is what you're up against.
They don't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. You haven't done SEO in 4 years.
Evening from the LinkedIn user. Doesn't come up with your name today, whoever you are, but hello anyway. Connected Watches official is getting backlinks from a spammy site, but high DA, but for SEO. So I'm going to assume that is that good for SEO. For examples, a backlinks from a high DA casino website. So would you take a backlink? It depends if you're in the casino niche, whether that would be beneficial or not.
So I've worked on casino and like escort sites, and like when I was working in these niches, they're not buying from the marketplaces that they're not really using like PBNs. It's a whole new ball game, and that's not even looked at. Like it's not even. It's a non. You know, it doesn't matter. It depends on where the link's coming from. What's the quality? What's the referring domains? What's the power? And is it driving traffic? That's it.
Someone else saying, congrats on your 10K, Chris.
Thank you.
Miko back. Do links from pages that aren't ranking or have no traffic, despite the good UR or DR, have any power? Me thinks not, but is there a workaround? So what's your thoughts on getting a link from a page that doesn't rank, doesn't have traffic?
So I think getting a link has value depending on the anchor text that's coming in. For more value and a higher ticket price, I'd want those secondary that you're mentioning, or first metrics like traffic. Is it on a relevant site? These types of things. This is determined by price, but as far as something that has nothing, there's still value there depending on anchor text. So hopefully it helps you.
Someone on TikTok just said they thought it was one of those big cereal box containers that you were drinking out of. That is what I thought it was as well, to be honest.
I used to have a big glass, like a cut glass, real expensive thing, but I sold it and I went back to the jug. I had like a decanter. It was really nice, but somebody gave me like $48 for it, so I sold it.
Holly Starks has just said, remind me not to give Chris any links on the network. Just
kidding. I thought we were in good rapport.
I thought that as well, Holly. I'm pretty sure also Holly said something along the lines of me to me that she inserted, so when she get guest posts, she inserted some JavaScript thing on there so that she could go in and change the link on a guest post. So Holly's also another one you need to be careful of. You need to watch what you're doing with these people. They do funny things. And I'm only kidding, Holly, by the way. I think you did mention that in a webinar, though. So, what the hell? Someone's reported my live on TikTok, and it's just come up saying live access suspended for violating our community guidelines.
For what?
Infringement of copyright or intellectual property. So I'm not sure if that's an algorithmic one where they think I am pushing someone else's like webinar or something. But yeah, that sucks ass.
So weird.
Yeah, it basically says there, we encourage everyone to create and share original content. We do not allow users to publish or distribute content that infringes on someone else's intellectual property rights. So,
is it through the StreamYard right to TikTok or?
Nah. I had it on my phone on a little tripod.
So it's just you. It's you in front of the camera talking like normal, and they said, "Hey, no, this is no dice."
But I basically had it on the screen, so just at the side of me. But that's another lesson learned. If you're trying to stream to TikTok, you are actually going to get
whacked.
Wait a minute, and I'll show you. But yeah, literally, don't know if you guys can see that, but I've been suspended from going live for copyright and intellectual property. So showcasing my own self. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Man, it's fucking horrendous. The algorithm's crazy on TikTok, though. I've seen people like proper go for people on there, bully people, slag them off, and all that stuff. And then you mention one bad word, and you get your video taken down, and you're just like, "What the fuck?" So, as you said before we came on here, TikTok's a bit of a funny platform, and it's weird, man. Just weird that shit.
It is. But I was thinking about starting to stream on Twitch because I noticed they opened up they had open for a while, like a different section that's not for gamers, but that's like a big, I don't know. There's got to be heads over there. There has to be, Yeah. It's the right niche of person. Usually SEO guys and gals are video gamers. I have found. I mean, I'm not, but I noticed, there's got to be somebody.
Yeah, there's got to be someone, one person. But anyway, Paul Hogden saying he better cancel his SEO autopilot, backlinking to the post he bought yesterday.
Well, that's up to you. I don't know about that. I don't know.
I think he's having a joke. I'm not sure if he was having a pop at someone who said something else earlier on in the chat. Connected Watch's official is saying, would you 301 redirect to your money site to higher up your ranking on Google, or is it too risky?
If you've already launched the site and you trust the site, then maybe. If it's worth 301ing it, why wouldn't you just build it and utilize it for everything that it's worth? I mean, I think you'll get more value by that than just, setting it up, seeing if we get indexed, seeing if we get traffic. Why not just use, you can get that up on a $3 host. You can get a lot more benefit from it. Use it as a buffer. Now I can pass the link over. I can put other assets on there. I can get traffic. Maybe I can collect some commissions, perhaps. Who knows? The possibilities are endless with the site, but a 301, it's kind of like a waste almost.
Yeah. Miko back is asking, what's the most backlinks or 301s you've pointed to a guest post before it get penalized?
I never received penalization utilizing 301 redirects. I have pointed 301 redirects at things to be a non-event, but I've never been personally penalized for anything like that.
Yeah, I've not really.
I've even tried like building pages just to see like how much crap can I send at a page before it gets taken down. Or infinite.
Yeah.
Exact match, XXX. Like I never, ever. Nothing on my personal.
I know people that use SEO to their guest posts and shit like that, which is the dodgiest form of links that money can buy, probably. And still never really heard of that. So don't worry about it, Miko back. Just do what you need to do and
that's it.
Hope for the best. What's the worst that can happen? One link gets penalized or whatever. So yeah, don't give it too much thought. James B. Also, is it possible to use the postcode instead of the phone number for citations? I'm in e-commerce and we're not based in the USA, so not sure if this affects us as far as trust and US rankings are concerned.
So anything can be used, but note that NAP is name, address, phone number. So ideally, that's what we want to contain within these listings. So
yeah, I would try and do what the majority are doing: name, address, and phone number. Not sure how effective it is out with that. Not something I've tested, so not so sure. All purpose for work. At what point may we stop making links for our post, or we must keep making them until our post ranks?
Yeah, I get this. I was going to make a dedicated video on this. I like this question, right? It's until it ranks, but velocity is so important because I'm sure when you build a link, it's either a plus, a negative, or a nothing, right? Usually if you get a good vendor or have good links, you hit it, you'll get a boost. Then you'll go back down, but a little bit higher. Right? It's like a dance kind of. So as long as you're staying consistent, you'll keep pushing up. So I build until I rank, usually.
Yeah, that's essentially what you want to do. But even once you get there, depending on the nature of the keyword, you can just take your foot off the gas and stop. But the competition could go above you. So sometimes it's still good to give it a little bit of a tickle, if you like, every now and then.
A little tickle.
Just to give it a bit extra and just to stop the competition coming up. So just give it a wee poke now and again just to make sure it's still alive. That's the best way I can describe it. Never take your foot off the gas.
How you describe that guy? Oh my God, dude, I was rolling. I messaged my old man and I was like, look at what you wrote, a wee dick. Oh man, I lost it when I read that. Oh my God. That's funny, Craig.
I know.
You're funny. And you just put these dudes on blast too. Like broadcast stupidity.
What else are you supposed to do, man? Honestly, you wake up on a fucking Monday morning and someone's giving it that, this video it was a fucking YouTube short. It was a minute snippet of a video.
Yep.
Fuck me. And any marketer should understand that. And honestly, for some dimwit to say that this is useless info is just beyond belief.
It's a snippet to get you to go to the video. That's how I look at shorts. It's a piece to get you oh, here, this is just a clip, you know?
Oh
Yeah,
man, but I think sometimes you know, you need to look at it and say, should I be putting something on the shorts like at the top? This is just a clip. Just draw it out for these people. People use your loaf sometimes. Read between the lines, understand the game that's been fucking played, and not expect everything dropped in your lap in a 1 minute YouTube short. So, yeah, just waking that up to that on a Monday morning, I was pissed, and I'm like, oh fuck this. I'm gonna have to just get it off my chest.
Blast them out too, and then I love it. And then everybody sees like just the nonsense. Like, oh, I love it. And then people are sharing it. Like I saw there's like 13 shares on it. And I'm like, so 20 people over here saw it, 20 people here. It's awesome.
Hopefully these people, I mean, it's done in a bit of jest as well, but fuck me. Honestly, my inbox is crippled to death with just junk. Absolute junk. Anyway, enough about my rants. Dan Randall's asking, how do you index Bitly or Google Shortener links?
Yeah, Bitly's a funny piece. If you follow those, they're tricky sometimes. But maybe Google Shortener links, I haven't utilized those in a while. But in any case, what I'd be looking for is maybe ones where there are specific providers. I don't want to say specific ones, but there's ones where you can actually change anchor text and change direction. These are the types of shorteners that I like to utilize, and I'm sure a lot of people do. So maybe look for those types.
Yeah, good answer. LinkedIn user, I'm looking at adding some page content via page comments. Are there any generators you would recommend? I do have Quillbot. I found it myself. Bit gutted. Everyone seems to use it now. Yeah, so everyone's using Quillbot just now. I think Brad and Mike are massive fans of that particular tool and regularly talk about it. Are there any other ones? Are other paraphrasing tools that you can think of, Chris?
I mean, I've been using Siphon. I don't think that's like a general access deal, but I like how these tools, I think Phrase does a decent job, I think, where we could put in the domains, it'll grab the content and then rephrase. So it's basically restructuring 4 or 5 articles all at once and producing a unique piece of content. Boof, here. I mean, what could be better than that? I mean, so Siphon is what I've been using, but yeah, Siphon.
And who was ever asking the question about duplicate content, here is Holly Starks. Her mass page network has already gotten 72 calls so far this month off 40 pages. I probably shouldn't say that it's a mass page with only 40 pages, but it's exact duplicate content other than the city name. And Holly also will tell you that mass page websites, she's dripping the stuff out now. It's not gone are the days of just blasting out 20,000 pages at once. Yeah, no. That's not how to do it. So I'm assuming Holly is going to be building more than 40 pages. Maybe she doesn't need to for that particular niche, but duplicate content's working there. So take that into consideration. Also, Perpetual Corn, thank you very much for your super sticker, mate. It is always appreciated. So thank you very much.
Mass. I don't know who mentioned that doesn't work, but I mean, there's guys running agencies based on that. I've seen 40, 50 sites that are doing very well. I mean, it's definitely effective as long as you can get it to work properly. Like you can, you're not like super in a rush. I've seen lots of campaigns that work very well. I don't believe that it doesn't work. Not for a second.
Perpetual Corn is saying Chris Palmer's YouTube channel has videos on how one can rephrase spun quality content.
Sure.
Using cool tools like WordTune and Stuffs. So do give Chris a little check out. Also, make sure you like this video if you're enjoying the content. Michael Brennan I'm definitely not the best looking guy in SEO, but I'm the most handsome man in Ireland if you Google it. We've done a few jokes like that. If you Google, I think it's the hottest girl in Manchester, you'll see James Dooley standing with Speedos on. It's a good trick, that. I like it, Michael. We've done that a few times with just bizarre search terms, but yeah, always fun. So Connected Watch is official. You guys are manly in my eyes, man. The gurus. I'll take a compliment from anyone in this day and age. So thank you. I'm taking that one. Gary Farmer says that's a beaker you're drinking out of.
A beaker?
A beaker, yeah.
Okay.
That's a cereal container from Adam Poland. What's your strategy using TikTok? Do you get any results from it? So we were talking about this off air. I know Chris has messed around on TikTok. I mess around in TikTok, and obviously there's a lot of traffic there, but trying to get SEO value out of it, I'm finding quite difficult, and I've built up an audience on there. Now, I've built up an audience based on me goofing around, dancing around, doing stupid videos and all that stuff. I think it's quite hard to get any real SEO leverage from it, but maybe my audience is more for people just thinking I'm a funny guy or whatever. But I'm struggling massively to try and funnel that traffic through to here or some of my other channels. So I'm finding it hard. Chris, what's your thoughts on it?
I don't know. Like I was thinking, because I did notice, I don't know, the first couple of videos I was just being like blatant, like, hey, I'm Chris Palmer, I have a YouTube channel, check me out. And these videos were utterly ridiculous, but you'll get 400 or 500 views. And then like I had one or two people maybe a few weeks back say, hey, I found it on TikTok or whatever. So if you just want to be super promotional, which I don't generally like to do, you could get like one or two, but I don't think it's worth it at all. You know, 15 seconds is 15 seconds, but still it's just like mind numbing. I hate it. I don't like it at all. I don't.
Chuck out more in YouTube is probably, in terms of monetization, brand awareness, and all that stuff.
Yeah, Facebook and YouTube are the only two that I found to be actually worthwhile anything.
Yeah, you know? I would tend to agree. Facebook's and YouTube are the biggest platforms for me in terms of social media. I do post on the others just as a matter of course, but not a huge amount of traction from those posts. So, yeah. Anyway, Naveed Chowdhury, hello. Now, here is a question from Anonymous. If I send 50 to 100 PBNs to a guest post, do you think that's too aggressive? And he's talking about drip feeding medium quality PBNs. By the way, what is the best link to send to a niche edit guest post for you? So, first off, what are you paying? So, a niche edit. So, for you to power up a guest post with 100 whatever, that's a fuck ton of money right
50
there.
Times 100 for someone else's site? No way, dude.
No. So one, I would do it. I don't think 50 to 100 is too aggressive, but it's whether you've got the budget to pay for that to power up a guest post. That doesn't make sense to me. What is the best link to send to a guest post? It could be a niche edit, it could be a PBN, a 301 redirect, whatever. You know, a link's a link. You're trying to do it in the cheapest possible format you possibly can, and you know that's why people will use things like SEO Autopilot and various other tools to just try and smash this in a cost-effective way. That is essentially what you're trying to do. Like you would need millions of pounds to work with your strategy, and the general truth is not that many people are going to spend that much money in marketing. So I don't think you've got that luxury, in my opinion, to be that aggressive. But that's my opinion. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to add there. I mean, you're talking maybe one or two to a guest post, but you're pointing at someone else's domain. Unless we're talking about these public networks where they're a buck or two, then they're just mass spun websites, like I would focus on the quality actual PBN links and send them to your posts 1 or 2 at a time. Give it 10 days, go back and look, check and see, add some keywords to the page, build another 2 links, add some keywords to the page. That's going to be way more effective than what you're looking at here.
Yeah.
That's madness, though. That's expensive. That's
Dan Jones is asking, am I planning to do a course on how to build PBNs properly? I am actually going to do a fresh course. I have had a course in the past, and I am currently filming one that I'm going to give away. Not sure if it's going to be free or not. Not sure what to do in terms of marketing a course, because in my opinion, I would love to give it away for free, but people don't value free stuff. So I might have to charge a nominal fee for it. But yeah, I've got one in the pipeline, which will probably be out round about end of May, June. Just because things have slightly changed. There's better ways of doing things and all that kind of stuff. So the last PBN course I had out was a text format. I'm doing a video format this time. And I'm also going to be putting it up in Udemy as well, just to try and see what kind of exposure I can get on the Udemy platform, because I've always done courses on a private basis and not used any of these platforms, but I'm just curious to know what kind of traction I can get from Udemy and stuff as well, just in terms of brand awareness. But there is something coming soon, and it will be low cost, Dan, but probably a month or so away from releasing it. Miko Beck, is traffic to a page you're going to link to vital these days for the link to work? If so, is there a cheap way of generating traffic rather than ads?
So, I mean, international paid traffic can be cheap, depending on who you ask, right? There are, micro workers works. But to go back to the beginning of the question, a link that's getting traffic, it's hard to quantify that or to put that into perspective, but it seems like a link that gets traffic on a niche specific site seems to drive more power. Yeah.
I would 100% agree with that. But what I'd take out of the equation for Miko back is I wouldn't even consider a link from a website that wasn't getting traffic. So I don't think it's up to you to generate that traffic. Putting ads at it or whatever. I think it's up to obviously the website owner. And if that website doesn't rank and doesn't have its own traffic, then it's not a good link for me. So it's as simple as that. So look for better quality. There are better quality out there. You're going to have to pay for it. But 10 crappy links that don't get much traffic against maybe 3 ones that cost the same as the 10, but they all get traffic, I would take the 3 all day long. So that. Yeah.
And don't be tricked, because you'll see these vendors out there, right? And they'll say, websites, I don't know, DR40, right? We'll just say a number or whatever. DR and UR is this, and the site gets this. But what about that page, right? So, just be mindful of where the link is being placed. How's the internal linking? What's the site look like? What's the quality? Just be careful.
Yeah. But don't overthink it. Just look for quality all the time.
There you go.
Holly Starks is saying some of the posts are hidden because I'm doing something with that site, but you can check. She's talking to Connected Watches Official. They get indexed within minutes because there is the site is Google News approved, and she's doing some manipulation there. You probably want to check stuff out with Holly, Connected Watches Official. I'm sure that you... and she does teach, I'm pretty sure. So connect with Holly, as she says, just message on Facebook, and she can show you what she's doing there and how she does it and all that stuff. Holly is a good egg, in my opinion, anyway. I'm sure you agree, Chris. But yeah, 100%. I like Holly. I'm a massive fan of Holly's, and they have been for many years, and I've been lucky enough to be in her company several times. So She's always someone I've learned stuff from. So check her out, connect with her on Facebook. Make sure you do, because it's worth it. Adam Poland saying TikTok says you're a very bad man. Everyone does anyway. So you were talking about pinching people's content. Could it be that? Yeah, maybe TikTok, but surely TikTok's algorithm's not that clever, is it? I'm not so sure.
It is strange though. Like if you're just in a room, it'll pick up the song. Or like I recorded a video clip and it knew the song that was in the background. Like it was just the music. It's so strange, man. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's got a cool little system.
Talking about images, Steve, I think this is number one in Google Images for grubby affiliate. Go for it, Chris. You want to be number one for grubby affiliate. Show them who's boss. Nah, I'm not sure. Why would you want to rank for grubby affiliate? But we nearly are out of time, guys. Make sure you do give us a like. We'll try and blast through the last couple of questions. How to check out that the PBN which you're buying is safe and trustworthy? Do you guys look up before buying? Always look up before buying. This industry is full of snakes who will trick you at every possible opportunity. So check it out. Do your own research. What are you saying to it, Chris?
Yeah, always. Generally, like before you're going in, no one's ever going to reveal the network. Usually, I would buy a couple test runs. I know sometimes you gotta, because sometimes you might, for $50, I can at least see what's the quality, what's the template look like, what are they using, how does it run, what's the speed, does it have HTTPS, what's it look like, what are other sites, get a feel for it. Just don't go find somebody and just go ham,
Chris Goldsmith's got a question for Holly. What niche is your mass page, Holly, if you want to share? It's obviously good fine if you don't want to. Krishan, good to see you, mate, from India. I love Craig's video about client asking how long does it take to see results. Yes. Connected Watches official is blasting Ranker X right now for the first time. What do you think about this action? I personally don't use Ranker X. I know Holly does. I know Chris
has.
Chris you're a GSA man, right?
GSA fan. Yeah, I've been using GSA for a while now.
Everyone's using different tools, but effectively doing the same thing. Ranker X, I know Holly loves it and says it's good. I've just always found it hard to use. So, yeah, I think you're doing the right thing anyway. So it certainly works, but it's just not my tool of choice. But I'm sure it is a great tool if you can get your head around the interface. ODYS seems a great service. It sure is, guys. If you're interested in age domains done for your affiliate websites, ODYS is up there. Lots of stuff about links. I wonder if the conversation will be like that in a couple of years. What's your thoughts, Chris? Are we always going to be talking about links?
I mean, I don't think so. I hope not. I'm sure things will evolve and change over the course of time, like they have been. I'm sure the conversation will change, but it'll still be how do I get more sales and traffic for my business is the real conversation. Yeah.
I think so. Gary Farmer needs to head off, but we'll see each other tonight when I beat him at FIFA again. Connected Watches official. How often in a week are you guys planning to do a collab live on YouTube? So we do it every Wednesday at this time and have done pretty much for the last year. I think we only really took, I don't even know if we did take time off at Christmas this year.
No.
I don't think it fell on Christmas Day or whatever. So we've been fairly consistent over the last year. I'm still getting good feedback from it. So I think once a week is more than enough, though. Imagine we were to do 2 or 3, people would get bored very quickly. Yeah. So I think, once a week, as much as I'd love to do more things with Chris, I think the audience would soon switch off if we'd done it anymore. So we've got to be careful not to bore people to tears as well. But
built whole channels off of one live a week, you know,
Yeah.
like, and then just break it up, you know, whole channels.
Yeah, but obviously Chris does his own stuff as well and puts out his own videos and stuff like that. So both of us are putting out a lot of content. I'm actually, I haven't put out that much content in the last few months. I've just been having a bit of a break from it. I've still been doing my lives and putting out the odd thing, but I have a lot more content in the pipeline. Again, you don't want to just keep repeating yourself. You've just got to do different things and come up with different ideas. So keeping it all fresh. But last one before we finish up. Hey, Chris and Craig, what do you think are citations good for? Wait a minute. So, what you think are citations good for affiliate site that doesn't have any backlinks and it's 5 months old? Would you be building citations to an affiliate website?
I would probably lean more towards, I mean, if we're looking at these types of links, right, this category, I'd be more leaning towards like press releases over citations usually, unless I have a verified listing. Maybe there's storage, or maybe there's an actual listing, or I'm trying to build, like, it depends on the property. I hate to say that word, but it depends.
Yeah, it depends. But sadly, guys, we are out of time, and I'm actually just going to take a photo because I'm going to rant at TikTok very, very soon. But I've just taken a photo of me being live on here, and then I'm going to give them some shit because they cut me off. But yeah, do make sure you do like the video. We will be back at the same time next week. Do subscribe to the channel. Also, do check out Chris Palmer, SEO, on his YouTube channel. He has a lot of great content on there that's been updated all the time. So do check it out, and we will catch you again next week, guys.
See you in the next one. Thank you, Craig.
Cheers.
Everyone. Goodbye.